Hey, this is Dennis. This is the Sales Drive Home, Monday edition. Thanks for joining me. Again, my name is Dennis from thesalesdrive.com. So it's Monday, the third day of the month, and we got some stuff to talk about. So if you know what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk a lot about time management. In fact, I think time management's our whole discussion today. Because, we jumped into this month and we talked about setting some goals, and we talked about setting goals like making phone calls and setting sales goals and all that other happy stuff. The biggest thing that comes into play is making all that stuff happen. So you can set all the goals that you want, but if you're not living those goals every day, then those goals are just a waste of paper. So what we're going to talk about today is time management. I was thinking about time management and how difficult it is, it can be. I won't say it's difficult, but I will say that it can be difficult when you're in sales. And I readily acknowledge that fact because things happen, right? So let's say that here's your goal, right? Your goal, you said, man, I'm going to make, 40 phone calls a day. I'm going to make 40 phone calls a day, follow-up calls, new prospect calls, prospecting calls, networking, whatever it is, 40 of them, right? I'm going to make 40 calls a day. And let's say we're in the car business and we're going to sell 30 cars. So that's, roughly one car a day. So we're going to sell a car a day. We are going to make 40 phone calls a day. And as a little side wager with myself, I'm going to set 4 appointments every day. I'm going to have 2 show up. Because if I do that, if I set 4 appointments a day and I have two of them show, then chances are good that the numbers work out that I'm going to sell a car. So those are my goals, right? I set my goals. I wrote them down. Whoever signed off said, yeah, those are your goals. Great. Good job. Go for it. So here's what we're going to do. So I come in today. Today's the 3rd of the month. I'm jumping in. I get in here. Boom. Here I am. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whenever I come into work. So I jump in, start, man, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make those phone calls. First thing, I'm going to knock them out. Boom, boom, boom. Going to knock those phone calls out. I'm going to set up my day so that I've got some appointments later on. And with those appointments, I'm going to get those people in and we're going to sell a car. So from 9 to 10 is my scheduled phone call time. But something happens. I don't get to do that. So I get to 10 o'clock and it's like, well, you know what? Let's go. We'll go. I'll make calls from 10 to 11. But I get to about 10:15 and, oh man, something else came up. That's the way it is in sales, right? Even if you are a bear at time management, you are just a time management black belt ninja, things come up. It's how you recover from those things. That's what gets you your black belt. That's what gets you your ninja status. So, I've gone through all of these seminars and I've read all these books and I've done all this stuff about time management. Oh, here's how you manage your time. And they lay it all out. And there's like, oh, here's how you manage your time. Here's 10 easy steps to managing your time. Here's 20 easy steps to managing your time. Here's 20 easy steps to managing your... We'll start right there. There's 10 easy steps to managing your time. There's 20 easy steps for managing your time. I'm sorry. I'm a salesperson. I start to gloss over a little bit after you get to 2 of those. You're giving me 20 steps to manage my time? Come on. How about I manage my time by not following your 20 steps? How's that? Oh, look, the sun came out. It was raining. Now the sun came out. Here, we'll block that. There, how we going? So, there we are. We're using our 20 steps to time management. No, that's too much. I can't do it. So, I sat down yesterday and I was really thinking about this. I was just sitting down and I made some notes. Because really, here it is. Here's the salesperson guide to managing your time in not 20, not 10, but 3 easy steps. So you ready? 3 easy steps to manage your time. Step 1. So the first step is you need to firmly grasp what your goal is. And as a salesperson, what's your goal? To sell stuff. Cars, houses, boats, radios, whatever you sell. Your goal is to sell those. So when we're talking about time management, rule 1 is understand what your goal is. Your goal is to sell things. So the first rule says, okay, I understand. My goal is to sell things. So if that's my goal, rule 1 is get rid of anything that doesn't help me sell things. And that could be a bunch of things. Rule 1 takes discipline. Rule 1 takes discipline because here's why. You've got to go through your day and see what you've been doing, and anything that doesn't help you sell what you sell, stop it. And you might like it. I mean, hell, I don't know, maybe your office likes to go out for lunch, and they go out every day and they spend an hour at lunch, and you like going out and you're hanging out with them and you go to lunch. Okay. How many times have you gone to lunch with everybody that you work with and been able to sell something to one of them while you're at lunch? Never. They sell the same stuff you sell. They ain't buying from you. So if that's one of the things that I do during the day, stop it. Cut it out. Quit. Oh, it just got really dark. Oh, there we go. Haha. So stop it. Quit. Standing around talking to other salespeople. Standing around talking to other salespeople. Hanging out outside. That don't sell you anything. Stop it. So that's rule 1. It's a lot of discipline. You've got to realize what sells you things and what doesn't sell you things. And get rid of everything that you do that doesn't sell things. So that's rule 1. Okay? It's kind of like rule 1 through 3 in a lot of these plans are, prioritize your day and and prioritize your activities. Yeah. Let's say it in 1 easy step. Does it sell me things? No. Bye. So that's rule 1. Rule 2 is a little complicated, let me tell you, because rule 2 has changed. Rule 2 used to be, and I used to agree with this rule, is because, you get emails all day long. And if you stop and you reply to emails and you start going back and forth with emails, time managers used to say, schedule your day around and then have a couple of times a day or maybe 3 times a day where you reply to emails, where you go through your emails that you've gotten and you said, boom, 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 boom. Well, a couple of things have changed. 1, most everybody now, email comes right to your phone, right? Email, boom, there's the email. If it's from a customer and they want to email and get an appointment to come in and buy a car, yeah, I'm going to stop and I'm going to email them back. Okay, come on. So we're going to take out the scheduling the time for email, because email is kind of a constant thing. I still think that it's a good idea to not spend a lot of time replying to emails all day long. Even if it's every hour or whatever, or if you can see the emails. That's the good thing. With your phone, you say, oh, that's garbage. Oh, that's garbage. That's garbage. Oh, one other thing on that. Clean out your damn inbox. You got 4,215 emails unread from this month in your email box. Get rid of them. And how you get rid of them is this. It's real simple. I look at it. Is it something that I'm ever going to read? Is it something that I am ever going to need? And do I want any more of these emails from whoever's emailing me? If not, mark it as spam. Get it out so they don't email you anymore, and it just goes straight into your spam filter. Reply to the ones that you want, and then get rid of the rest. If your email box lets you create folders for everybody that you do get emails from that you want to keep getting emails from. That way you can prioritize. If it's an email from the owner of the company, I want that to go into the box that flashes signals on my phone and says, reply to this email. If it's not that, then go to a different folder that I'm going to get to those, get to a different folder, get to a different folder. But that's not rule 2. I was just talking. Rule 2 is, the new rule 2 is, get off of damn social media. Stop it. Even if social media is part of your job, or you use social media to sell what you sell, that's great. I'm going to be on social media at 9 o'clock in the morning posting. I'm going to be on social media at 12 o'clock just to check to see if I got any responses to my post. I'm going to be on social media at 4 o'clock, and all of these are 15 or 10 or 5-minute increments. I'm going to pop in, check it out, pop out. Get the hell off of social media, because I'm just hanging out on YouTube. So get off of social media except for watching my posts. How's that? But seriously, you don't need to be on it all day. You really don't. If you're gonna post, great, post. Get out. Use a posting service. Use Buffer or Hootsuite or something where you can create your post. Maybe you can create your post the day before and say, this is what I'm going to post today. And then let it do it. Schedule your posts out. Don't spend all day on it. Stop it. And then rule 3. So, rule 3 goes back to what we first talked about, that sometimes your day just gets in the weeds because things happen, man. We're in sales. If I identify one of my first steps, right? The first step of this plan is that I'm identifying what is important to do to sell what I sell and what is not. I'm getting rid of what is not. So if I'm doing that, then I'm going to get rid of some stuff, but stuff still comes up. So I'm banging out my phone calls at 9 a.m. Boom, somebody walks in the door. Well, there's a live prospect in front of me. There's a customer here. And yeah, I want to make these phone calls, but who's closer to being a buyer? Well, the person that's right in front of me. They're here looking at stuff, touching stuff, driving stuff, feeling stuff. I want to deal with that person. So I'm dealing with that person. And then bang, I finish with them. Sale, no sale, whatever. There's somebody else. I still got these phone calls to make, but once again, I've identified a person in front of me I'm going to handle. So I do that, and then boom, back to back to back. And by the time I look up, it's whatever, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever it is. So whatever we had scheduled, or whatever I had scheduled throughout the day, and then by then maybe I've got my own appointments coming in because I've been following my program. I got appointments every day. So now I got appointments back to back to back. I end up at the end of the day, and no, I didn't do what I pledged to do. I pledged to make 40 phone calls. I pledged to make 4 appointments. I did it yesterday, but today I've just gotten the weeds. So if that's the case, maybe my day's not over. So rule 3 is sometimes You got to add more hours to your day. That's all there is to it. Sometimes it's all about getting to the end of the day and understanding it's not the end of the day yet. Man, if you want to be successful, if you just want to kill it and keep up the momentum, sometimes that's what you got to realize. Sometimes you got to realize, yep, if I worked at some job where I worked 8 hours and went home, I would be at home. But we chose to work in this industry. We chose to work in this profession. And that means sometimes your day ain't over when the day is over. You got to keep going. Because if I don't, let's say I didn't make my 40 phone calls. Let's say I didn't set my 4 appointments. But I did yesterday. So, I did okay yesterday. And then today I got busy and I got all these things going on and it'll be fine. Yeah. That is the road to failure, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So you can't do that. You can't push over from today into tomorrow. You can't not do what you said you were going to do. You just got to make it happen. You just got to do it. That's what you got to do. Sometimes at the end of the day when I'm driving home, I don't feel like talking to my vast audience. Sometimes I feel like just going home. But it's a commitment. You make a commitment, you stick to it. So that's what I'm saying to you. I have made it to my exit. We have talked about time management. I am out of time. So I am done. Thanks for joining me. Again, this is Dennis. If you want to email me suggestions, comments, questions, whatever, Dennis at thesalesdrive.com. Dennis at thesalesdrive.com. I did check that email today, and yes, it works. And yes, I got a couple of emails in there. So thank you for those. So thanks for joining me. This is Dennis saying peace.